Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Ritnika and you have reached Natural Vibration. I have purchased two new decks from Mystic Moon. I've got the Twin Flame Messages and I've got the Twin Flame Shadows. And Shadow, there you go. And I already had the Twin Flame Oracle card, which I've already shuffled and laid out. I'm going to be doing the Divine Masculine Speaks, but only with Mystic Moon's cards, and I might do another one later on in the week with other cards as well. Once again, these are general readings, and I'm going to be using these two decks for the first time today. So I would love to hear your opinion on whether you like these cards or whether they resonate with you. I have already prayed on over them, and I'm going to shuffle them right now, and then I'm going to do pick a card because my wrist hurts if I shuffle too much. So also these are general readings and will not resonate with everyone. I am now open to book private readings, so if you are interested, you can log on to my website or go on to the description box below with all the details. If you do like this reading, I would love it if you could please subscribe to my channel. All right. I am also available on Instagram as Ritnika. I have a second channel under my name Ritnika. You can find the link in the description box below. I am posting videos there which are everything besides reading. So I will a lot of life coaching, a lot of healing videos, a lot of my travel videos. So a lot of different things. So it'll be great for you guys to follow that as well because I'm not going to post everything on this channel. And what else? What else? I'm just shuffling. Oh yes, I'm on Instagram as Ritnika and I'm on Facebook as Ritnika as well as Natural Vibrations. All right, lots of little messages. All right, dear universe, let's tell us what's the Divine Masculine speaking at this time. Divine Masculine speaks. All right. All right. So we're gonna pick from each and start. First message from the Divine Masculine. What's going on, Divine Masculine? Talk to us. Oops. Seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with. All right, the first thing the Divine Masculine wants to tell us is that he is dealing. The fact that you guys were in his life, it triggered him. It triggered him to deal with certain things that he did not want to deal with. The whole concept of the twin flame journey is that when you do meet, certain inner wounds get healed and triggered that need healing, and that's pretty much what's happening for the Divine Masculine. Let's find out what these things are, what is going on, what's being triggered when they met you. Divine Feminine. Escapist, they wanted to escape, they didn't want to deal with these emotions, they've been trying to escape, and when you came in they kind of had to deal with it. Fixated, they might have been fixated on something, they might be fixated on work, they might have been fixated on so if you're fixated on work, it's a way to get out from thinking about what's really going on. A lot of times we need to deal with certain emotions of abandonment, of self-love, things like that, but we're not dealing with it because we're fixated on something else like work, or even having like flings and one night stands because we just don't want to deal with what's really going on. One more. Silenced. Yep. So they kind of, you meeting you kind of silenced them a bit because they just did not know how to move forward. They just did not know how to sort of progress because you were bringing out emotions in them that they just did not want to deal with. All right, dear masculine, what else would you like to tell us? Being apart has been life-changing to me. So the Divine Masculine is telling us that during this separation, things have really changed for him. This separation has been life-changing. A lot of things have changed. A lot of growth has happened. And dear Divine Masculine, please tell me, what areas have you been growing in? What areas have you been working on? I know. Wait, what? Unlovable. Sorry, I couldn't read that. Self-love. Like I mentioned before, we tend to avoid dealing with issues of self-love because it's easier to not get close to people. It's easier to make barriers, and silence ourselves, and put ourselves into work or put ourselves into things that we know will not help or hurt us. But the divine masculine has sort of come to this realization that he's going through a lot of self-love issues, and this separation has definitely brought that out for him. Repelled. I feel this. Excuse me. I feel like the divine masculine feels repelled from about himself. The whole concept of unlovable, it's not that other people don't love him, right? It's about the fact that he doesn't feel he's lovable. He doesn't feel he's good enough. And a part of him doesn't like who he is. And being separated from the divine feminine, he's he's realizing that it's him who doesn't like who he thought that maybe you, the divine feminine, didn't like who he was. He thought that maybe the divine feminine didn't appreciate him or love him or any of that. And what he's coming to the realization is that it was him who was repelled by who he was. He just wasn't happy with who he was. Shocking. He's coming to a shocking realization. See, what I like about these cards, well, the good and the bad. Most oracle cards have a specific meaning, so you know what they mean. These cards are a bit more fluid. There's no book with it, so it goes with what I'm picking up. And shocking is a card that could mean a lot of different things. So please take what resonates with you. But what I'm getting is that this realization for him, knowing that it was him who didn't truly love who he was, has been a shocking revelation. He has, being apart has made him realize that, your twin could have been, he or she could have been in other relationships, could have been other patterns. And the same situation keeps coming up. And that happens because they realize that it's them who is against all of this. It's not other people, it's them. And when they come to this realization that it's them who does, who is repelling, they don't like who they are. It's like a shocking revelation, and I feel that's where the divine masculines are at this time. Sorry, I'm doing this on a weird angle. My wrist isn't exactly healing, and I just don't want to make it worse. I'm in a much better headspace now. Okay. So you see how this progression is happening, right? I feel like there's a timeline that's being. This is when you guys met. This is what happened during the separation, and this is where they're now. You see the timeline unfolding. I'm in a much better headspace now. All right, they've healed a lot of things, and they're in a much better space. What have you healed? What are the things you've dealt with, divine masculine? Okay, walking away from things that no longer serve them, walking away from karmic people, karmic patterns, past beliefs, limiting beliefs that's been holding them back. They are walking away from that, or they've walked away from that. That's why they're in a better headspace. They've cut out situations, people who no longer serve them, and that's really helping them make sense of the world. What else have you done, divine masculine? Cowardly. They were a bit scared. See, to walk away from something or someone that you had in your life, it could be a pattern, it could be a person, requires a lot of courage. But they walked away from that, which means they're no longer being a coward. They walked away from being a coward. Up till now, they were scared. They were too afraid to do the right thing, which is walking away. And now they have. They have been feeling disconnected. They were very disconnected from the world. And they're walking away from all of that. They're in a much better headspace because they're walking away from that. They're getting more connected. They're walking away from things that no longer serve them. People, and they've got the courage to do that. They walked away from being cowardly. They walked away from being disconnected, and they're now reaching a place where they're a lot more stable. All right. What else, divine masculine? Is there anything else you'd like to tell your divine feminine? Guys, we will be together again. We will be together again. So I'm going to pick two more cards. Is there anything else you want to tell the divine feminine? I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea to fix it. So they will, like, I'm going to pick one more and then we'll get into this. There you go. Please don't take what happened personally. It's not you, it's me. Okay. So what I'm getting is that divine masculine is definitely wants to get back together with the divine feminine. They definitely want things to work out, but they have no idea how to take this forward. They really don't know how to fix things. You know, they walked away with from things that are no longer serving them, but a part of them feels that they don't know what to do, how to fix it. They feel so much as damage has been done that they don't know how to fix it. So they're like, please don't take what happened personally. You know, they think that you perhaps will judge them, perhaps will treat, not believe them, not come back to them. So let's get some feelings, some shadow feelings. Let's get it for please don't take things personally. What is it that they're feeling about it? What do you think, divine masculine, that the feminine will take? Guarded. So they're guarded. They're so scared of opening up because they feel that you're going to judge them, divine feminine. They feel like you're going to judge them. You're going to tell them that you're going to be mean to them. You're going to be vengeful to them, right? They feel that because they've been so vengeful in the past or so mean to you in the past without knowing, okay, let's be honest, it's not like they did it on purpose, but they didn't know any better, and they feel that you might have taken it so personally that it was against you, and because that's probably how they behaved, and they're really guarded because they feel you might be mean to them. You might, be mean to them because they were not the best towards you. So they feel guarded. They're just like, I don't know how she's going to be. Maybe she'll be mad. Maybe she'll think I'm the worst, You've got secondary. Interesting. I'm getting from this that maybe they feel that the divine feminine is not going to think they're important anymore. I know a lot of us have been consistent in reaching out to our divine masculine, but I feel like a lot of them feel that they're not important. That's their fear. They're scared. They're scared of opening up. They're scared you guys will not take what they have to say, in the right way because of how things have gone down in the past. And they feel like whatever they're offering will not be important to you. It's so sad. I'm going to pick some cards for I know I really screwed up and I have no idea how to fix things. Dependent. And non-action. Yep. They don't know how to move things along, which is why they're not taking actions. They feel very dependent on the situation. They feel very dependent on how things have gone, and they are very dependent on, I feel like they wanna I'm not getting the right word, but what I'm getting is that they want to do things right, and they're so dependent on the fact that they want to do the right thing. You can take action, but then you have to take the action that you feel is perfect. And they're so dependent on the fact that they have to do what's right that they're not doing anything because they don't know what the perfect thing is. Does that make sense? That's what I'm getting. It's like they just don't know how to move forward. They don't know what to do. Oh, I feel so sad for the divine masculine. Come on, guys. If you can hear me, don't worry. All right, let's take some action things. Divine masculine, what actions are you going to take towards the divine feminine in the near future? Release. Okay, they're going to continue to release. I'm going to leave this card here. We'll be together again. They're going to continue to release what doesn't serve them. They're going to continue to release things that no longer serve them, things which are not good for them. They're going to continue watching the divine feminine, then probably not going to take actions that quickly. Some won't. Again, we're connecting with different wave of twin flames every time. Not always we connect with the same. So somehow I've already taken action, great. Some are still in the process of releasing and they're observing how things are going to pan out. They might be watching a divine feminine online, spying on them. They're learning lessons right now. They're learning the lessons that they need to learn. They're sort of dealing with coming to terms with the fact that it was them and not the divine feminine. And they're receiving advice and guidance from spirit. The universe is guiding them. The universe is teaching them lessons. The universe is making them realize what's really going on. And that's the whole point. You know, they're in on the right path. They're still learning. They're still figuring out. But they're figuring out why this separation happened. They're trying to make sense of it and they're figuring it out, and they're trying to raise their vibration. They're trying to connect with alternative things like meditation, healing, etc. Maybe checking up online on what this connection means, but they're trying to understand why this separation and getting that the lessons that they're learning and the things that they're releasing which no longer serve them are helping them come to a realization of of what of why this happened. Why did the separation happen? Why did they meet? Why did they separate? They're getting some clarity on that. You know, they're opening up to that. They have been feeling bound up till now, right? They've been feeling bound. And what other actions? And they've been admiring you from afar. They have felt so stuck. If you see these two cards, one is stuck and one is free. I feel like the divine masculine has been watching from afar and they see you as this free bird going after everything you love, and they've felt completely stuck. And that's what they've been at all this time, you know? They admire how open you are. They admire how free you are, like a bird taking flight. And they feel stuck. They feel like they haven't been able to, but they want to do a fresh start. They really want to start afresh. They really, really want to. But they're still working on their lessons. So I feel I know we've had some really positive cards that mention spring. We're just about to begin spring. So don't worry if you guys did resonate with those readings, and we probably are on track because they do want this fresh start. You know, they definitely want this fresh start. They're raising their vibration, they're learning the lessons, and they're on the right path. They're heading towards the right path. I'm going to ask if there's any advice that they wish to give to the divine feminine. Any advice that you want to give to the divine feminine, divine masculine? He's telling the divine feminine to recognize what this connection is all about, to recognize why this happened, and recognize that he is the one. You know, the divine feminine has realized that they're the one, and he's telling her, look, I've recognized it, but you need to keep the faith. You need to not forget that you know who I am. You know what this connection is all about. What other advice for the divine feminine? He's telling you to work on your divine masculine side. There are two messages I'm getting here. One is that he's letting the divine feminine know that I recognize that I am your divine masculine. I recognize what this connection is all about. I recognize that who I am in this story. And at the same time, he's saying that you got to recognize that your divine masculine part, we all have divine masculine and feminine within us. And he's saying that your divine feminine, and feminine is there, but your divine masculine needs to rise and needs to be balanced. You need to recognize that the work you do with your inner divine masculine, by not numbing it, you've been numbing it. All right, maybe there's some actions you need to take. The divine masculine is all about action. It's about the doing, the more fire energy. That's what I get. And a lot of times the divine feminine is a bit more intuitive and fluid, and the universe and the divine masculine saying is stop numbing your divine masculine side. You got to recognize that there are some actions, some things you got to work on. You got to heal your inner masculine because you've been numbing that. The divine feminine's been numbing it to a point where she hasn't recognized what's within her that's blocking this union. So let's see. Divine masculine, do you have any advice on what's within her that's blocking this union? Elusive. Interesting. Trying to pick one more card. Faithless, yeah. Okay. I feel like the divine masculine is telling this feminine that you feel like sometimes that this cannot work out, that this is too far fetched, that this connection is not possible. And that's you not thinking it's something that you can grasp. And he's saying that you've got to have faith. You have not been balancing certain things in your life. And this could be not just faith about this union, but faith about things that you want to achieve in life, faith about things that you've been trying to get in your life that you haven't been able to. So you numb yourself from it. And the divine masculine saying is that you can do this, but you gotta have faith that you are capable of anything. He's saying that there's some issues that you haven't dealt with, divine feminine. You've been numbing it. You haven't dealt with some issues, and you got to go through this dark night of the soul. It's so funny that this came out. I was just saying in the other video that I know there's some stuff I need to heal, and I've started my healing. I have started that. But how I do this monthly free sharing circle for mental health, for anybody who can come and talk about what's going on in their life. And yesterday I had one, and one of the things that people brought up was very interesting. I spoke about this as well, is that we know deep down that we need healing to be done. We know that there's some stuff we haven't been dealing with, and we cope with it by being numb, by numbing ourselves through overeating, having too much sex with random people, from over drinking, drugs, addiction of any kind is a way to numb yourself, right? You're numbing yourself from dealing with what's really going on, is that a part of you has lost faith. And I don't mean faith just about your divine masculine. Faith in terms of anything that you wanted to achieve in your life. Faith in terms of certain goals you had that you couldn't get to. Certain dreams you have that you feel you'll never get. And the masculine saying is, don't numb yourself. Once you deal with those emotions, it will no longer hold you hostage. But you have to deal with them. All right? Because when you do, then your inner masculine energy can get balanced out. And that things will happen in divine timing. The divine masculine is telling the feminine, like, look, whatever it is that you've been wanting, and let's be honest, our entire dream, goal, blah, 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 cannot just be, I want to get back together with my divine masculine. If you wake up every morning and that is the only thing you want to achieve, then I'm going to tell you that you have put way too much focus and importance to this. You have got to pursue other things that you want to achieve in your life. You might have goals in your business, in your career, in your hobbies, in your mental and physical well-being, whatever it is. You've got to focus on that as well. And things will happen in divine timing. So this message is not just about union, but about the other goals and dreams that the divine feminine might be having. And he's saying that, look, you've got to deal with the negative. Don't numb. If you stop the numbing agent, if you've been overeating, drinking, smoking, whatever it is, if you stop that for a month, a week, all those emotions that you've been trying to numb will come out. And then you can deal with it. You can go through the dark night of the soul. All right. And I know we have gone through some of them already, but it keeps coming up. There's so much going on in our life, right? And then things will work out in the right way. And everything will work out. All right. I'm going to pick last card. Don't be a victim. The last message the divine masculine wants to tell the feminine is, don't be a victim. All right? Do not be a victim, because you're not a victim. If something hasn't happened your way, it's because you got to deal with the faith and the fact that you deep down have certain emotions around it. You are not a victim, so don't be playing the victim card. Don't feel like you're helpless. Don't feel like nothing you want can happen, that you're stuck, because that is not you. You have to let your divine masculine energy shine and go after what you want. Recognize that you have the power to be and do anything you want. But deal with your emotions first. Stop numbing them. When you let them go, when you deal with them, that's when you can move on. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Please do subscribe to my channel. I love to hear from you also. So do drop me a message. Take care.